Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about something that my inspiration to create a channel, his name is Boogie2988, that's his channel, and most of you know who he is. If you found me, it's probably because of him, because a lot of the subscribers that I have were because I did response videos to topics that he had done, and I did response videos to him, and then people found me. This is also going to be a response video because today Boogie did a video about the news that the next generation of Xbox 720 or whatever it's going to be called, is going to, it's rumored, and it's pretty, I guess it's pretty credible, that it's rumored that it's going to require, Microsoft's going to require that you have an always-on internet connection to be able to play your Xbox 720. Which means that if your internet goes down, or if their servers have a problem on their end, you can't play anything on your Xbox. The games that you've bought and paid for with cash and your money that you've worked hard for, just because you can't connect to the internet, even though it's a single player game, whatever it is, you won't be able to play it. Like Boogie said, your console will be a brick until you get connectivity back. And that's wrong. You bought the console with your money, you bought the games with your money. If it's a multiplayer game like Halo or whatever, well, obviously it only makes sense that you can only play it if you're connected, because you can't play it any other way. But we all know that there's tons of other games out there that are, there's single player games where you shouldn't have to have an internet connection to play them. And one of the points that Boogie made in his video was that our troops overseas, when they have downtime, which is infrequent, they don't get a lot of downtime. And I'm a veteran. I was in the military. I know how that goes. When you get a certain amount of downtime and you want to say, go play, like he said, Madden or whatever number of games that there are available that you've bought and paid for, that they've bought and paid for, or someone has sent them in a care package or whatever, and they sit down and they can't play it because there's no internet availability there, where they're in the middle of the freaking desert. So they can't. What good is that to them? And it's not necessary. It's just another way for them to try and control the consumer that's buying their products. And the purchase alone of their products should guarantee you the ability to play the damn things. And they're just trying to control your actions, and they feel that by saying that it's always on DRM or whatever they want to call it, that it's somehow going to protect their artistic license or their copyright license and all that. And it's simply not true. I mean, they just want to control what you're doing. And as a consumer, we should be the ones to say, no, we're not going to do that. As it is already with the Xbox, if you want to play multiplayer online games, you have to pay for Xbox Live, which I think is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's $4.99 a month or something like that. Where PlayStation Network, there is no cost. They don't charge you anything. So, yeah. And then the future of gaming is, I mean, there's games out there right now that are free to download and free to play. And of course, you got to have an internet connection to play them. But the point is, you didn't pay anything for the game, and you're not paying anything per month. They're getting ready to come out with one called Neverwinter, and it's based on, it's a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's not going to cost anything to download. The client is free, and it's not going to cost anything per month. And of course, you got to have an internet connection to get on there and play and everything. However, you didn't put anything out. So if their servers are down and you can't connect, you got no reason. You can't complain. You didn't pay anything for the game. You didn't pay a dime. Now, of course, there's a cash shop, and that's a whole other issue. that you can choose to buy items in the game, but you don't have to. It doesn't affect, you know, the gameplay for you. So anyway, Microsoft, the future of gaming is that gamers are going to have more control over things than less control. And you can either get on board with it or you can get left in the dust. Okay? Because right now PlayStation Network's free, and so far Sony hasn't said a word about it requiring online, you know, always connectivity to the internet to play the next generation PlayStation 4. So this is your time. You got, like Boogie said in his video, you got months before your product comes out. You might want to reevaluate your stance on where you're going to be. So anyway, it's a little bit of a rant video, but I feel that it's my place as a gamer of, you know, almost 40 years, that I have a responsibility to say, hey, I've been here from the beginning, and, you know, I know what gamers expect. I know what's there should be a gamer's bill of rights out there saying, you know, we pay good money for products, and there should be a certain amount that we can expect in return. And these chipping away at things here that Microsoft's trying to do shouldn't stand. So anyway, I will link the link to, actually Boogie did 2 different videos. He did one as himself, and then he did one as his character Francis. I'll put links to both of them in my video, so that if you haven't seen them by chance, you can go and see those. So anyway, that's the topic for today, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.